Shyne On Me just came out at the beginning of this month, and I wanted to give y'all the background from where the ring came from. Now, I couldn't include it in the actual book. That would be adding characters, and I have a lot already. Y'all know that. So what I did was took the one draft that I had written completely and finished, and then trimmed it down. And I wanted to give y'all a little behind the scenes look at where the ring came from and exactly what happened to sin. So I'm going to read y'all a snippet from the cutting room floor. Okay. So, instead of Summer finding the ring in his mother's, while he was digging his mother's grave, he actually found it on a treasure hunt in the house in the beginning. That's how he found it. Because Sin was having issues. You remember in Thief, Sin told him, go ahead, look around the house, check things out, and, maybe you'll get some interesting information from the library. Well, Sin actually found his grandfather's journals, and tucked into the journal was a ring box. And the ring box kept following him around in the original version, and he was trying to hide it from Sin because he didn't want that ring box to pop up with him at the table. And in the ring box was also a little note, and Summer knows don't touch the artifacts, because anything you find really is an artifact. And from Summer's point of view in the beginning, only the thief could touch the artifacts. So he was very wise and he didn't touch it. But it came from, there was a small note tucked into the ring. And the ring said, finders keepers, hell awaits. The note said. So, and the ring also has jade on it, which is for Erebus. Now, he's got this note in his hand, and of course he can read flesh memories, and there's fingerprint on the corner of the parchment that glowed in his mind. So this is him going through the memory. I fell into another memory from my grandfather and ended up in the chair behind the desk across from me. Memories were always jarring at first, and everything felt so real as I watched from behind the eyes of the one remembering. It came with sight and sound, but rarely did I feel anything physical. This time, the pain slammed into me as I stared at my finger bone. The ring lay beside the hand, and the thoughts came in triple time with the heartbeats. Why did I put the damn thing on? How could I heal now? Couldn't I have just left it alone? You summoned me, Elias. The purring bass caused a shiver which completed the burn from my still smoking skin. I took a deep breath and focused as Stellan reminded me it was only a memory. Forgive me, my lord. The note said, escaped from my grandfather's lips in a hissy whisper as he held up a scrap of parchment. Yes, I know what it said. I wrote it. The man's jaw ticked as his jade green gaze glowed with white fire. Hell awaits you now. Forgive me, please, grandfather begged. What will you offer me then? Your sons do not bear the magic. Grandfather left the chair, rounded the desk, and fell to his knees. I offer you my third-born, my lord, Erebus. The fire in that jade gaze flamed higher, and he threw his head back, roaring with laughter. Oh, that's precious. You caused an argument with Naven and his wife when you healed Summer 2 years ago. Naven won't even look at her now. Summer possesses the magic, Grandfather whispered. He's a flesh. Did Elias just sell me to Erebus? Couldn't call the man grandfather anymore. Shh, Stellan thought. Pay attention. Erebus placed his hand behind his back and paced as his work boots vibrated the floor beneath Elias's knees with each step. "Please, my lord, Naven and Sin are lost now," Elias begged. "They are," Erebus nodded. "To save yourself, you give me the life of your third-born son, Summer." "Yes," Elias whispered, head bowed. For several minutes he stared at the floor, waiting for an answer that didn't come. The parchment shimmered from his grasp, and he raised his gaze, finding the god was gone. One glance at the desk, and so was the ring. I lifted my thumb and frowned. "Did you find the answer?" The god from the memory reflected in the window panes, and I frowned. "Elias sold me to you." Erebus frowned. "Sold? No, that's the wrong word. Elias has fulfilled a promise. He became greedy and cost the original wearer of the ring his life." "Who wore it first?" I asked as Erebus sat down beside me on the window seat. "My son." He stared at nothing inside. "Long ago, my mate and I." He paused, smiling. "We had a set of twins called Thief and Hell." "I thought the magic passed to—" He held up his hand to keep me quiet. "No, the bows were not originally the bearers of the magic. Ignatius Masters helped them to bleed it from my sons. The thief is my son once again by the grace of my wife." He cleared his throat. "You were wiser than Elias. You didn't try to wear the ring." "Only Remy can touch the artifacts," I shrugged. "What does Hell do?" Erebus smiled. "The ring will tell you." "Wait, am I in trouble?" He laughed and ruffled the top of my head. "Oh no, welcome to the family." Heat seeped into my skin and I looked down, finding the ring on my index finger. Stellan growled as I tried to remove it, but it wouldn't budge. Memories flooded my mind again. Death, blood, and laughter flowed too fast to process. The magic for Elio, son of Phaeton Erebus, was fused to the metal, and it was pleased with me. The green lit the black in my mind, and I almost fell when we landed in a large black brick room with torches on the walls and a pool in the center. No one noticed as I crept through the blood rites, drinking and flirting, hoping to take someone to bed for the night. The ring drew me like a puppet on a string to the darkened corner, and I nearly bumped into a pool table when I cleared the magic curtain, shielding it from the rest of them. A hand pressed to my shoulder, and I flinched until Shyne, Rose Lion, brushed against Stellan in my mind. It was the only way to keep anyone from hearing us, and blood rites heard everything. The ring filled in names when I watched a face, and the magic almost hissed as I stared at the one who reminded me of Dante. Brandon DeGotti sat on the bar as his mate Andre Devereaux played pool with Jessup Bonnie. I had several questions but didn't dare ask. This wasn't a memory. It was the present, and I didn't want to be discovered. Sin fell through the magic curtain and caught himself before he disturbed the balls on the table. "Good to see you, Sin." Brandon held up a shot glass, and I backed out of the way as Sin moved to take it. "I hear the thief is alive and well." Brandon watched Sin's hand. "Hell is not." "Couldn't find the ring," Sin muttered as he downed the shot. "I need the ring, Sin." Brandon's jaw ticked. "If I'm going to take my son's place, I need the damn ring to make sure Hell doesn't pop up and ash me." "That was Shyne," Andre said. "Sorrel fucked up his part, and here we are." "We killed them both, though. Cross did good." Brandon fingered the scar on his face. "Only we didn't make it to our sons," and Andre sighed. Brandon shot the man a warning glance. "Not what we're here for. Since you don't have the ring, we have another plan for you, Sin." Rose fingers squeezed my shoulder as he dragged me home again. "Sorry, Andre spotted your shimmer." "What ring?" "This one." I held my hand up and it showed itself to Ro. He smiled softly and stroked it, causing it to glow. "It's cool. It's gonna hurt you, though, if someone doesn't feed you." So, cutting room floor. None of that ended up in Shyne On Me because there are a lot of extra characters in there, and I had to move some things around to keep it from being overwhelming. But it also doesn't tell you exactly what happened to Sin, and I cut out the parts where the ring kept snatching Summer to places. But I thought maybe you were interested in that, and if you haven't gotten your copy of Shyne On Me, it's up. It's on Amazon, and as I promised, it is on KU for 90 days. So if you're a KU reader, grab it, read it, let me know what you think, leave me a review, and I will talk to y'all later.